Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at my custom Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising, Megatron, Unicron custom figure. And I know it's kind of late because in 2013, I believe the movie came out of Predacons Rising, and I'm kind of late, but I made this figure a long time ago. But today, and I've been working on it and upgrading it and updating it, but finally here he is, complete, hopefully. Now I usually do use permanent spray paint, but today the weather was a little weird. I decided to just use my canvas paints to finish him, and then coat it with skull glue, which is okay. He's doing fine right now, but it does look pretty cool. Now, he does have some weapons that I gave him, custom weapons, and some weapons that have been from the past. Now, I did use the original body of the original cyberverse commander class Megatron from the first series. Let's take a closer look at him. Let me see if I have a flashlight. I know this camera ain't that good. It's not that good. So that's why I have to use a light for him. Now, you can't really see it too well. Okay, he's just kind of leaning on the camera. You could you guys kind of get the idea. Alright. Let me see if I could put him in a stand position. Now that's better. Doesn't it look better? Now I made him a custom hammer, which I will show in a minute. As you can tell, he has... The figure originally had gold, but now it is like copperish looking paint. I mixed the colors I used to make this and mixed were to make this goldish color. It looks like gold, but I used from these paints the black paint, the red paint, and the yellow paint, and mixed them all to make this color. Now you can obviously see some of the gold from the previous painted thing, or when I coated him originally with paint. Some of the gold still on him, which doesn't really matter, and I used some permanent marker to make the purple on him, and black permanent marker to make it more like a dark purple, like a blood purple. And I did use foil for the chest as the update, and I came up with a good idea because now I've been using the glue gun as like plastic and forming pieces for the characters I made. And I made a custom Darth Vader that didn't have a cape, and I made the cape for him using the glue gun. I'll show that later. But anyways, let's take a look at the weapons and set the Megatron figure aside. We've been lucky standing on soft surface. Alright. So, let me see if I can move it. These are two of the weapons. Obviously, you can see his sword, which can plug back into his original place to plug the sword, right there. I left that there, plugged back in. And let me tell you about this arm. You can see the arms are still on, the original arms, but this arm broke off, and that's what happened to many of my Cyberverse figures. when I was younger, I used to play with them and stuff. As we can tell, it's a new arm I forged with glue and some Play-Doh, but I coated it all with the glue gun glue. And the sword does work good on him. Even though it's not movie accurate, it still looks pretty good. And, by the way, he used to have purple eyes, but I made it red eyes because that's what happened at the end of the movie. And everyone probably here has seen Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacons Rising already by now. It's already been like 4 years, or at least 3, but basically 4 years. And I wish that TV show would have returned. But I guess Robots in Disguise was to continue it, but we never seen Megatron. Anyways. You could still see the chest where I overcoated it with the new foil. And let's take a look at the back. The back ain't too accurate to the movie. And sadly, another big main thing everyone likes is transformation. I didn't do transformation for him. I focused more on the details of the figure. And here is one of his other weapons, which is his Energon hook weapon, whatever it's called. So let's remove it. I left the normal coloring in the back. It didn't matter too much. As you can see, the horns in the back. It does look accurate, his back, too, when we seen him in the movie. It looks very good still. And then there's the like his knee, ankles or joints, whatever you call them. They're like armor, like a shield or something. Let's take a look at the weapons. Now, what I did for the weapons was I basically used this weapon for him. But I broke off the piece. As you can tell, it blends in now. And then I used one of the other saw guns, or whatever you call them. And then, as you can see, in here there's still a peg to peg it into the arm. And then all I did was just take off one of those hooks for the weapon and the handle. Then I put a piece of glue here and then used the Sharpie marker, the blue one, for the hook piece at the end, and then for the like coat right here, glue, which is like to make it look like it's formed on his arm, like in the movie. There's his normal sword, the hammer, which I did cut off the missile piece, which this is like a missile for one of the accessories or weapons of the characters, but it didn't matter much because it's not accurate to the episodes, the weapons, most of them. Well, some of the weapons are, but not all of the weapons. And some of the figures are concept figures, so nothing really to worry about. Here he is. It looks so cool. Works a lot better with this light. Now, articulation wise, we can see that his arm articulates 100% 360. While it does, I don't want to articulate it too much because I'm basically using one hand. His legs bend, but I had to glue this leg right here because it's not broken, but the joint was, but I glued the joint back on and it's fixed, but it's just now doesn't really fit on there too much, so I kind of had to glue it a little. It still articulates, but I don't want to move it too much or mess with it. So here he is again, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you guys on the next video.